Right, so it seems like it's a bit of an ongoing trend right now that every time I go away for the weekend, SSSniperWolf gets exposed for being a bit dodgy. Like, honestly, I was away when the whole Jax Films thing kicked off, and now I've just went away this weekend, and all of a sudden SSniperWolf has been exposed by Nerd City and AzzyLand. So first of all, I do want to apologise if this video is a couple of days late, and second of all, if anyone else is thinking of making a video exposing SSniperWolf anytime soon, can you please do it on like a day I'm home, you know, and I'm not away, because I could really do with the views. But either way, let's actually get into the topic of today's video, because Nerd City has recently uploaded a video called SSniperWolf Stole Her Life. And in this video, he actually interviews another YouTuber called AzzyLand. So this is AzzyLand here. It's a YouTuber with 13.3 million subscribers, so a very big YouTuber to say the least. Now looking at her channel, it doesn't seem like she uploads too often anymore. I imagine she's probably made a ridiculous amount of money, so she's probably living her best life. But she has uploaded a lot of reaction content, especially like a few years ago. She was uploading your classic SSniperWolf type videos, which I don't really want to call it that because I mean, you'll see why. But one thing I did find interesting, that even though she does similar type of content to SSniperWolf, I did click on like one of the random videos from 6 months ago, let's say this one for example, this is the one I checked earlier, and I went to the description and, I mean, look at this, creator credits, and a lot of credits to certain creators, certain videos she reacted to. This was obviously a big criticism towards SSniperWolf, that she didn't credit people, and I mean, this is an AzzyLand video from 6 months ago, and she did. So straight away, a lot of people, and I can respect AzzyLand's content that bit more, because at first glance, it seems very, very similar. It looks like they do the same type of content, but AzzyLand credits the creators, or she has for the past few months at least. But the thing is, the more and more you watch through Nerd City's newest video, you have a lot more respect for AzzyLand, because it becomes very clear that SSniperWolf has not only copied AzzyLand's whole YouTube career in terms of the content that they were producing, it seems like she's even copied AzzyLand's personality. Now, I'm obviously not going to show Nerd City's full video, I'm just going to go through some of the key points that I wanted to speak about personally, so if you do want to see the full video, that'll be linked in the description. But yeah, let's get into this, shall we? So one clip I did find interesting straight away at the beginning of Nerd City's video is an older clip from SSniperWolf, not too old, where she basically goes on about the fact that she has no empathy for people.
I never really talk about this because I feel like there's something wrong with me, where to some degree, I lack empathy. There are a lot of things I don't care about, things I probably should care about that I don't. Kind of like if you didn't wake up tomorrow, I also wouldn't care. I would just move on with my day. When something's useless, you throw it away. You know who else has no empathy? Psychopaths. I truly think that this is psychopath behavior.
I mean, doesn't she seem lovely? And this is where we get to the topic of plagiarism, because like I mentioned before, SSniperWolf copied a lot of AzzyLand's videos. I mean, look at this screenshot here from their house tours, where they're basically dressed the exact same. The only difference being here is that AzzyLand uploaded her video first. Even some of the clips in the videos are very strangely similar.
More plants that I'm killing.
A luscious, well taken care of plant.
Hey man, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but change it up a little so the teacher don't notice.
This is a mirror.
And this is my favorite mirror. Finally got it, and
I mean, come on, it's pretty much the exact same mirror, isn't it? Now look, that video on its own could obviously be a coincidence. No one's gonna try and sit here and say that's definitely a copy if it was that video alone, but the fact that there's so much evidence and there's a countless amount of videos like this one, I really do believe that she did copy this. Maybe subconsciously, it seems like maybe she's a fan of AzzyLand, even though she tries to like ruin AzzyLand's like reputation and turn people on her and whatnot. But it seems like she is a bit like a secret fan and she watches AzzyLand's videos and maybe subconsciously has copied a lot of stuff to do with AzzyLand. But as I just mentioned there, SSniperWolf has tried to turn a lot of people against AzzyLand and has just been like incredibly harsh for no reason on numerous occasions.
Remember to always be yourself, unless you suck. Then pretend to be somebody else. And that's on AzzyLand.
And yeah, what's crazy about this, it seems to be like a very one-sided battle throughout all of this. It just seems like SSniperWolf has just decided like throw digs here and there for no reason, and when we get to the point of showing where this all started, it really does make it clear that this is kind of all stemmed from no reason at all. So this is where it seems to have all started, right? SSniperWolf and AzzyLand both posted pictures on the same day doing cosplay, and they were dressed up as the same character. And as you can see, people started comparing the two, and someone has put, no offense to Leah, but Azzy cosplay is better, regardless of what all the keyboard warriors said on Reddit. Now, AzzyLand herself actually commented on this post saying, I think she did amazing on her cosplay, being very nice. But SSniperWolf doesn't seem to have the same thought process and instead tries to call people out for like editing their pictures and whatnot, which is interesting because SSniperWolf has been exposed to do that too, so I don't really get it. But here's an example of that, saying, kind of annoying when people compare my cosplay mirror selfies to highly edited pro pics. Sorry I don't Photoshop my boobs, waist, etc. Someone even replied here saying, are you talking about AzzyLand? Here in the same thread, SSniperWolf says, it's misleading, I've seen so many people online who look unrecognizable in real life. And here she is agreeing to another tweet that says, and if it's someone who does cosplay, they shouldn't even be a part of this lovely community of cosplay. Now, them first tweets were more like indirect, but this one is just a more direct tweet saying that she doesn't really like AzzyLand. Because someone's tweeted saying, tell me, are you and AzzyLand friends or something? Are you the same person? Look, tell me please. To which SSSniperWolf has replied saying, no, we are not friends, and she has been copying my video slash thumbnail style slash the way I talk for years, like she's trying to convince people she's me. And because SSSniperWolf has made this stance very clear, her fans have just kind of ate it up for years and have sent like very horrible messages to AzzyLand claiming that she's copying SSSniperWolf and whatnot, and again, as we're about to get into, that's not the case. I mean, yeah, here's just a few examples of the videos that have been copied. All of AzzyLand's here, uploaded first. And I mean, if we look at some of these thumbnails, I'll just pause it dead quick. The exact same picture. Again, the exact same picture, except she just changed the colour of the dress. I mean, look, this can't be a coincidence, right? This is clearly copied. Now, it's worth noting that Nerd City says in this video that he's went on, like, Wayback Machine to see if they've been changed and whatnot, and they haven't, apparently. And I'm sure there could be some examples of videos that maybe AzzyLand uploaded after SSSniperWolf that you could say were copied, and maybe she did. I don't know, right? It's really not uncommon for YouTubers to take other ideas from other YouTubers and do it themselves and whatnot, but what makes this case even more interesting? I mean, it's a few points. I mean, first of all, SSSniperWolf has been trying to turn people against AzzyLand for years, saying that she's copied SSSniperWolf, with everything, with the thumbnails, the titles, the way she speaks and all this stuff, when it really does seem to be the other way around. Secondly, it's not just the thumbnails that have been copied here, it's kind of AzzyLand's whole personality, as we'll get into, even her accent. And thirdly, as we're about to hear, there are over 200 examples of this, which is insane.
How many times have you noticed that she's copied your thumbnails or a title or whatever? Did you ever bother to count them?
Things that are like very obvious, like exact replicas, it's minimum like 50, but if you're not counting those, like up to 200.
And again, remember, this is the same SSSniperWolf that's been trying to ruin AzzyLand's career almost, it seems, for years, claiming that AzzyLand has copied her. I mean, here's another example of SSSniperWolf claiming that AzzyLand has copied, but whilst claiming this, she shows some proof, which is just a straight up lie.
If you go to my videos and scroll all the way down, 10 months ago I started doing like funny text videos, and I started doing this style of thumbnail 10 months ago too. And I made up this type of thumbnail. Here's one from 9 months ago. This type of thumbnail just became my thing, my style. Like, my subscribers would know that they're my videos because of my style. If you go to her channel and scroll, you'll see that her first texting video was 8 months ago. And then 7 months ago, she started using the same kind of thumbnail that I was making.
Okay, so this is already a very petty argument, right? But it's just funny how she lies during this, because she tries making it seem as if AzzyLand copied her thumbnail style. She did it first, you know, the genius who put the fucking red bar at the side of a thumbnail. But what makes this hilarious is that it's not even true. She just chooses to not scroll further down AzzyLand's channel to show that she actually did it before this.
She scrolls all the way down to only July 3rd, 2017. Now, why did she stop there? Because had she kept scrolling, she would have found this. February 3rd, 2017. What if she changed the thumbnail after SSSniperWolf's video to jam the thumb in earlier than SSSniperWolf's screen cap? I'm losing my mind. No, there it is.
It shows on Wayback Machine. She did have it before. Again, it's a very petty argument, but it just makes it very funny that SSSniperWolf did try to lie when there's blatant proof there. Now, let's get to the whole accent situation here, because Nerd City claims, or he kind of comes up with the guess, that it seems like SSSniperWolf has copied AzzyLand's Toronto accent. Because if you've seen any of SSSniperWolf's videos, she has like a very interesting accent, the way she speaks. I've never really been able to pinpoint where it seems like it's from. I mean, Google says that she was born in Liverpool, which actually blew my mind when I saw this. Apparently she was born in Liverpool here in England. But then she moved to the United States when she was 6 years old, so I guess maybe you could have a bit of a mixed up accent at that point. I feel like if you moved at 6, you would just have an American accent. But either way, I guess the accent could be mixed. Also, her parents are, Turkish and Greek. So look, the accent could be mixed, and this might just be a bit of a coincidence. But when we look at Nerd City's video, it does seem like maybe she has copied AzzyLand's accent, who is from Toronto.
I couldn't quite place what it was, and I started to make a montage out of it.
The weird baby talk ebonics that she's adopted for YouTube.
I'm just reaching for some name for it, and I call it baby talk ebonics. And because I couldn't figure out what this was.
I try my best not to speak with a Toronto accent, but sometimes it depends on who I'm talking to. Yo, fam, I'm chilling, fam. You're good?
And what I don't like is if the business is true.
But who is you?
You left your moms in the hood?
It makes no sense. I hate it.
Well, I do it on a daily basis and see if I like it.
You have money and you left your moms there?
I mean, yeah, look, it does sound like that accent, and bear in mind, again, AzzyLand is from Toronto. She even says that she has stopped using that voice because people would compare her to SniperWolf, which is quite interesting. Imagine if SniperWolf actually did copy the accent, and because of that, has made AzzyLand stop her own accent.
And when I finally watched some AzzyLand content, I was like, there it is. That's the voice.
We don't care what you are. We don't care if you're not even the same species.
Wait, they got a house? Why are they so angry all the time?
Yeah, what you saying, fam? I just want to know why people from Toronto sound like they're talking through their nose. Yeah.
I can tap into my voice when I get like excited. It's like a bunch of people who I went to school with and grew up around talk like that.
Boom! New bout.
My parents are foreign, and then I lived in Amsterdam for a bit. So it's kind of just been morphing over time. But the ironic thing is, I wanted to separate myself so much from SniperWolf that I started forcing myself to not talk like that.
So yeah, this is obviously a claim that you can't say is 100% for certain, but I mean, I like the idea of it is. Imagine actually trying to fucking steal someone's accent. That is genuinely mental. Lucky for me, I have an accent that absolutely no one would want to steal, so this is impossible to happen to me. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. Do you believe that SniperWolf has actually copied AzzyLand's accent? Let me know. Now, we do actually have a response from SniperWolf regarding this video, and I do have to look at a screenshot because if we do go to her Twitter right now, it is currently private. But before the account was made private, she did respond with a few tweets that I want to look through right now, and before we even get into this, let me just say, she responds to this a lot quicker than she did regarding the whole Jack's Film stuff, which, I mean, says a lot. So she's quote retweeted this, like, news page talking about Nerd City's video and what it's about, and SniperWolf has replied saying, I have a backup of videos and screenshots before she changed the thumbnails to make it look like I copied her. I have proof she copied my thumbnails, SEO, the way I speak, the jokes I make. The way you're trying to manipulate this is fraud. Now, this is very interesting for a few reasons. Obviously, she's saying that the thumbnails have been changed to make it look like she copied. Nerd City says that he's went back on Wayback Machine and he's seen that this isn't the case. Nerd City in his video even teases the fact that he's worked with AzzyLand to, like, set some trap videos up to see if SniperWolf would copy them, and she has.
Maybe, Leah, if you're watching this, you've copied something already that we set a trap. Is there anything that you're doing now or that you could be doing in the future that has its origins with me?
You're too smart for this world.
So, I mean, take that how you will, but this isn't the first time that SniperWolf has tried accusing people of something that she does herself. Because, as you might be aware, it is pretty common knowledge by now that SniperWolf used to fake her own gameplay, like her own gaming content. She would get a boyfriend to record the gameplay, and then she would pretend that she's the one playing it and do the commentary. Now, in one of them gaming videos where she has faked the gameplay and decided to commentate over it, she starts accusing people of faking gameplay.
She's a gamer, isn't she? Hence, Girl Gone Gamer. And after 400,000, she hasn't even done a live commentary? Her reactions were just so fake. It was not real. She's obviously not the one getting her gameplay, which me and a lot of people knew obviously was fake.
I mean, the amount of blatant lies that have been exposed with SniperWolf, it makes it hard to believe anything she says. So take this response of SniperWolf's with a pinch of salt, because I personally don't believe it. But another part of the statement that is worth mentioning is that she says she has proof that AzzyLand has copied her thumbnails, SEO, the way she speaks and whatnot, and she did post some of this proof, which should be a really crazy twist in the story, right? Apparently she has loads of backups, that AzzyLand is the one who's actually been copying all this time, but then when we see the proof, it is just one video. I have screenshots of you uploading the same videos me minutes after I upload on multiple occasions. Now, this isn't the big gotcha that I think she believes it is, because how the fuck would she be able to copy minutes after you uploaded? So we have SniperWolf's video here called Creative People on Another Level, and we have AzzyLand's video here called Creative People Who Are on Another Level, but they were uploaded 10 minutes apart, which, I mean, I'm sorry, isn't possible. Like, unless AzzyLand has the fastest internet connection I've ever seen, there's no way that she saw SniperWolf upload a video, then within 10 minutes recorded a 7.5-minute video and uploaded it. Like, that's not how it works. Now, did she see SniperWolf's title and then write the same title and thought that would sound good? Maybe. She might have copied the title, right? But that video was definitely recorded before SniperWolf uploaded her video, because 10 minutes just isn't a long enough time, and obviously the video has to relate to the title, so it seems like they did just have the same idea at the same time. Right, actually, I've just decided to look for the exact video that SniperWolf is saying was copied here, and there's a few things I want to mention. First of all, this video was uploaded 2 years ago. This is the video here, Creative People on Another Level. It's got the same thumbnail that she showed in the screenshot. Now, what makes this interesting is that this wasn't the first time a SSSniperWolf has uploaded a video of this title. It's also not the first time that AzzyLand uploaded a video of this title. So it was already a running series on both of their channels, so the fact that they both uploaded a similar video on the same day isn't really that shocking when it was like recurring content they both did. But secondly, I just tried to find the first ever time that SSSniperWolf uploaded a video of this title, and the earliest one that I can personally find is April 20th, 2020. Now, this could be wrong because videos could have been deleted. I might have missed one here. I've just done it quickly while I'm recording. But she also uploaded a video 8 days later called Creative People on Another Level 2. So I would assume that the one uploaded 8 days before is the first time she's done it. Again, I'm not 100% certain with that because I've just looked at it quickly. But I have just seen a video from AzzyLand that was on March 29th of 2020 called Creative People Who Are on Another Level before the earliest video I could find of SSSniperWolf with the same title that she's now claiming was copied. So, I mean, take that how you will. Now, the last part of Nerd City's video I did want to talk about is genuinely horrible, and I think it does show the type of person that SSSniperWolf is, because, as we mentioned earlier, she has this problem with people who edit their pictures, right? Which is kind of like a big reason as to why Nerd City made a video kind of exposing the fact that SSSniperWolf photoshops a lot of her pictures. Like, for me personally, if you're going to photoshop your pictures, I couldn't care less, right? But if you're then going to slate people who do, that's obviously bang out of order, and SSSniperWolf has done that worse than most people. I mean, here's a tweet saying, SSSniperWolf, wow, you really look similar, and it's a picture of Melanie, Glacius. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But SSSniperWolf actually responded to this saying, except her tits are fake. But then to add to this, SSSniperWolf's ex-boyfriend actually posted a picture kind of describing every part of, like, each of their bodies and saying how, like, SSSniperWolf is good and that this Melanie, who's done absolutely nothing wrong, by the way, she's just been compared to SSSniperWolf by some stranger, and, I mean, look at the shit on here. So Sausage has said that she's got nasty fake hair, disgusting fake tits, fat stomach, alien hands, and a bunch of other shit, right? 2 out of 10, all this stuff, to which SSSniperWolf replied saying, lol, I died. I think she's just a horrible person. Like, is that not clear to see at this point? SSSniperWolf is just a horrible, horrible person. And you know what? I'm not going to say allegedly either. I reckon that's 100% fact. Again, some of the stuff in this video really isn't that big of a deal in terms of, like, the copying of the videos and whatnot, but it's more the fact that she's tried to ruin AzzyLand's reputation for years now, claiming that AzzyLand is copying her when it seems like it's really been the other way around. Now, one thing that's worth noting is that I haven't personally went on Wayback Machine and looked through the 200 videos to make sure that none of the thumbnails were changed, like, after the fact, you know, by AzzyLand to make it look like SSSniperWolf's copied. But the one example that SSSniperWolf decided to respond with to kind of, like, combat all these points does seem to be a bit of a stupid example, because it's not the first time either of them have done that content, and from what I can see, it seems like SSSniperWolf was the second person to do that type of content out of the two. But yeah, I would love to know your thoughts on everything that we spoke about in today's video. I am going to leave it there. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff from Nerd City's video that I haven't spoke about in today's video, so if you do want to see the full thing, I highly recommend it. It's like a half-an-hour long interview. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff, and until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit, alright? Goodbye.